Oh, you got paper and everything.
Yeah. Are you planning some questions?
I was trying to have a little stalk, Joanne, just to kind of. But I'm not following you. So I'm not now following you.
I have nothing on my page anyway.
Oh, is it? So I thought I could gather some information, some intel. Like,
yeah.
I'm an oversharer though, so you'll hear everything.
That's nice. And I'll ask questions. And if you lead, then
yeah. So
I'll follow on.
what's your name?
Sarah Davies.
Where are you from?
Pontllew.
Do you prefer Sarah or Sarah Jane?
My actual name is Sarah. My middle name is Jane. But Sarah Jane sounds quite sexual. I thought it sounds like much better.
There's a few Sarah Janes that I know,
Yeah.
and they all prefer to be called Sarah Jane rather than Sarah.
Yeah.
Like, you're always Sarah to me. I just call you Sarah.
Yeah, I think Sarah Jane was something I used like as a music thing.
Stage.
Sarah Davies is pretty rubbish. It's like two of the most common names ever. But also Sarah Jane is also common, and if you Google it, do not Google it. Sarah Jane.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Made that mistake before. Yeah. I do not come up.
Yeah.
No.
Who comes up?
Sarah Jane from Pond of Lies.
Yeah. How bad can you be on this podcast? Like, how much can you...
It's up to you. It's whatever.
There's porn stars everywhere.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
That's Sarah Jane is a porn star name.
Oh, is it?
Yes, that's what comes up if you Google it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think any girl's name though would come up in it.
I don't know. Sarah Jane is quite popular apparently. Yeah. Not that I've ever Googled myself. What? Who does that?
I got ChatGPT now.
Oh yeah.
I asked ChatGPT about me.
Yeah.
I said, give me information about Scott Morgan from Talbot.
Right.
And it listed loads of shit. And I'm primarily an acoustic guitarist, apparently. Yeah,
okay.
loads of shit. I should have done it for you too. If I haven't yet, we'll have to do it.
It does like a search engine.
Basically
thing,
a search engine, but it kind of knows what I'm looking for. It's not going to say like, this shit that no one needs to know. Do you know what I mean?
Is it?
Yeah, but it knows fair amount of detail
That's
about my
cool.
life.
Also creepy.
I watched a video earlier, right? Saying, like you said about not knowing what too much kind of stuff. This guy was like getting interviewed, and this guy asked him, tell us something that no one knows about yourself. And he said, he was like, when I was younger, I used to sniff my mother's knickers. And he was like, why? And he was like, I was just curious. And it said above, the CIA couldn't even waterboard this out of me. Like,
I know, yeah. Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
Oversharing. Yeah, so you can put yourself in some situations where you say shit you shouldn't say.
Every situation ever.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're an overshare.
Oh, I'm an oversharer, yeah. 100%. And also I'm an awkward laugher as well. Like if someone tells me something really serious.
right, yeah.
Instantly. Like I remember I went on a date once and this guy told me his gran had died. Had like just died. And I was like, okay, hold it together. It's fine. It's not funny. But because you don't expect someone to just come out with that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh yeah, she fell in the bath. And I was like, Sarah, stop. Come on. Get it together.
And then he said, the squeaks.
But the and the worst bit was he was like, it wasn't even a full bath. She just fell into the bath and hit her head and died. And I was like, oh god, this is really hard.
Yeah,
because it's not funny, but
you should laugh. Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter how dark and depraved something is. You need to laugh at it.
Oh yeah, I think laughing,
shit,
you'd fall apart. Like life is so hard and so depressing. You've got to laugh at almost everything. Yeah,
I feel weird. Like if you were going through some shit and I just started laughing at it, that's different. But if I'm talking about something that I'm going through, people are always surprised that I'm fucking a bit like lighthearted with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You have to be though.
Yeah.
But like, someone fell over the other day. Did a wedding the other day. That Chepstow one. Right. Played the ceremony. It was an old barn thing that had been changed into like a nice kind of place, and so nothing was level, steps everywhere. Right, old woman came in early, about 10 minutes earlier than everyone else, because this guy was kind of like old Nana Saunders in, I don't know, whatever it is. But kind of there were 3 steps going up. After every step, he said, "You right, Nan? Do you have a rest?" Just waddled up. I didn't even hear you say anything. So every step, one at a time, shuffling up. When they came out, she came out like after them, like shuffling down the steps. Fine. There's a little step, but that big that no one thought she'd have a problem with. And I was just playing, like I was singing a Chris Stapleton song, Millionaire, as the bride walking out. There's a queue of people coming out in front of me, and all I saw was like just a shadow, and she'd just been tipped over one side, you know what I mean? And she just fell on the floor. But everyone went berserk over it.
Yeah,
like the women was like, oh! Like she was fine. There's nothing wrong with her.
Yeah.
And the way that she fell, I just kind of caught her falling. I saw the shadow. I looked up, and it was more like I told Rose, it was like. It's like watching a bin fall over, like a full bin, just a bin bag, just tipped to one side. It was like that. So she just kind of rolled over. She wasn't massive. She wasn't small either, but she just got tipped. But everyone, it was such a fuss. Like, I can't believe it. What kind of venue is this? People
Did you
fall.
manage to carry on playing? And you didn't like?
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
Well, I had the option to stop. I heard the commotion. And I stopped momentarily, and I thought, oh, fuck, I can't stop. Like that blows it up into even more of a thing. Like,
do you start playing knocking
I just
on
can't.
heaven's
Free falling. Yeah. No, I just carried on playing. I just thought, oh fuck, I can't. I didn't laugh or anything, but the photographer after, we were on a little meal, like having suppliers meal thing.
Right.
And that's an awkward situation as well. That's like a date, that is. I will talk about that in a second. But food. She said, oh, did you see the old woman falling? And I said, yeah. So I was smiling and laughing. I could see she wasn't laughing. I said, oh, I think she's really hurt. I said, was she really hurt? I think I thought she just got tipped a little bit. Yeah. And I was making it kind of into a bit of a joke. She wasn't like biting or anything. I thought, no,
she wasn't your kind of person.
Don't talk to me about it. I mean, but that situation is strange because I was with this photographer. It felt like a date. Like we were having a meal together, feeling like weird because we were on the same table.
Yeah.
Like, I felt the need to get to know her. Do you know what I mean?
Is it?
Yeah. And it felt like a date.
ASL?
It was it was really weird, really strange.
To get a candle set up.
Was it just the two of you?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, that is awkward.
Yeah, because I feel the need to say, like, you drop hints or the kids or whatever. Do you mean just to say, like,
do you have children?
Bother, babe.
Yeah. Don't bother, babe.
Yeah, but it was just weird. It was just strange. I thought, this is what a date is like. This is what a bad date is like. Do you know what I mean? I don't go on dates.
Oh,
I've been on one and it was awful.
And then you married her.
No, that didn't feel like a date with Rose. Like, she met me on the last gig of Propeller band that I was in the most fucking rancid dump hole in Port Talbot. Just fucking, what's it called? What's the place in Sandfields now?
Ooh, I've never been there, but I can guess in the Amazon. I've heard that.
Is it the Amazon?
I don't know bad mouth.
I think it is. It is the Amazon. Yeah.
Just, like,
Yeah, in my head I thought it was called. Yeah, it is the Amazon. Yeah, rough as fuck.
Is it
on the same gig? I think it was someone got headbutted outside the smoking area. The headbutter jumped over a wall and ran away. The headbuttee ran in, like, top off, blood all over his nose, started flipping tables because you couldn't find the guy who headbutted him. Just going fucking bonkers in there. Like, that's a normal thing, like, for that place. And Rose was in there. Neither of us have ever been in there since. Just that one time I was gigging there and she was just there.
Was it like a saloon, like in a West
It was like a saloon, yeah. It's exactly that. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, look, Mr. Nibbles is coming in.
Aww.
Come here, Nibs.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, this is a podcast first. Come here, dude.
Oh,
I hope the mic's picked that up.
Probably
just
not.
have to turn it really loud.
Huh?
I got do you know you're off with the woman falling? So Jam message before, right? And he was like, boys, he said, when does falling turn into someone fell over? When does that turn into someone's had a fall? Do you mean, like, is there an age limit? Like, do you mean like, your nan's had a fall?
Yeah.
Is it like past 60 or 70?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought it was genius.
I just like saying people got tipped over.
Tipped over like a cow.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Someone said I was watching a comedy guy said, I can't remember which one was it, Kevin Bridges, I think. He said something like, you're only old when falling over isn't funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's always funny though. It's always funny.
I think it gets funnier the older you get.
Yeah. Well,
it's more risk.
I fell out the back a couple of months ago, right? I slipped on something out the back, landed on my hip, on one side of my hip. And my back, I felt my spine kind of get crunched. I was fucked for ages, like. Yeah, but like all the jiu-jitsu I do, like all the times people want to fucking break my arms and things, never injured, but I just fell out the back, just slipped.
Yeah.
57 now, aren't I? So
unanticipated, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just couldn't see it coming.
You mentioned before we started a couple of dates where you fell over, was it?
Oh yeah, I fell over in Pembrokeshire once. Lovely little walk. Nothing tripped me up. I just fell over myself and fractured my arm. No, I didn't fracture my arm. Sorry, that's a massive lie. Yeah. I fractured my hand. I'd landed like where my hand went backwards, and I obviously immediately was like, ugh. And he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. No, it's not a problem." And then I cried a little bit, but I tried to like hold back the tears.
Right.
And then he was like, "Do you want me to take you to the hospital?" And I was like, "No, I'm absolutely fine. It's not a problem." And I drove all the way home to Swansea from Pembroke.
Well, one-handed, like?
Or no, just in absolute agony.
Yeah.
And next day I went to A&E, and but he ghosted me after that, funnily enough. So yeah, I mean,
maybe you thought you were like
that is kind of like a pattern, I'll be honest.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, you keep falling over on dates?
No, I keep just doing weird things and then wondering why I've been ghosted.
I feel like you might be overcommitting to letting them know what they're in for. Do you know what I mean?
Think I am, yeah. I went on
a
a date a few weeks ago, and I'd been watching Mr. Bolan.
Yeah.
And there was a story on there that was absolutely incredible, and it was like this woman was really angry at her boyfriend, so she'd killed him and she'd skinned him, like perfectly skinned him, so it was a full-on skin suit.
Yeah.
Hung his skin up from the doorway, and and then cooked him and fed him to his children. Wow. And I felt like that was an appropriate story for a first date. Yeah. And apparently it's not. Yeah.
Well, but you don't play it safe, do you? Like, what's the point in playing it safe? Yeah, cat bumhole is the fucking worst.
I've got a lovely cat bumhole in my face.
You just love smashing his ass.
It's not the first, and it won't be the last.
Do you know, like, with your dating experience, though, that could come full circle. You could tell somebody a story like that one day from a show you're watching, and they could be that type of person where, like, we don't see you again. Do you mean? Because it could be someone who takes girls on dates and then just skins them. Like, do you mean?
He's like, oh, she's got me figured out.
Yeah.
But I do think, like, if you're just weird, you may as well just be weird from the beginning.
I know you're not like hiding anything. Because at some point that's going to come out.
Oh, that's going to come out. Yeah.
I think you're doing it the right way, to be honest.
Yeah, scare him off immediately.
Yeah. So you're not with anyone at the moment?
I'm not with anyone at the moment. No, I've
on the horizon.
No, I've been on a few dates with a really nice person, who does appreciate my skinning story. I've got a tail in my mouth as well now. But yeah, I'm quite happy at the moment.
That's good.
As things are, yeah.
Nice.
So you're a singist?
I am a singist, yes.
Yeah. So are you doing any of that at the moment?
I'm trying to. I'm not doing a whole lot at the moment. I've put a lot on my plate at home. I've just adopted another dog.
I saw that, yeah.
Yes. And naturally, like, as my life is, this is like a fixer-upper.
Yeah.
She's 13 and she leaks urine because she's very old.
Right.
That's why I'm doing 3 loads of washing a day at the moment and a full-time job.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm trying to get back into singing. Oh God.
I'm going to get rid of it now.
No, don't get rid of him. He's cute. I don't mind. I'm used to having the fur in my mouth. But yeah, I'm just kind of like...
Stay here now.
I don't know, I want to start doing more videos and stuff, but again, like we were having this discussion earlier, weren't we? I'm not very committed to learning guitar.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
Scott's been trying to teach me guitar, and I'm really good for a really long time, and I really enjoy it when I'm doing it, and then I'll not practice for 2 days, and then 2 days becomes like 6 months, and then I just don't pick it up again.
Yeah, I think it's common. I mean, it's not the main thing that you do, is it?
No, but I think it would be really handy for me, because then I wouldn't have to rely on other people then to like accompany me when I'm singing. Yeah. And I don't want to sit there and do like, you know, like backing track videos and
yeah,
at 34 years old, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think the world's changed now since, I don't know, like the way that people find music is different now. Do you mean completely different?
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. I still haven't downloaded TikTok. I just don't know if I can.
Don't do it.
That's where all the music is now, though, innit?
Well, no, that's where your brain gets fucking washed. I don't like the idea of TikTok.
Oh my god!
You know what I find right, is my students will be like, oh, I was watching how to do like something, like turn left or something like that on TikTok.
How to turn left.
It makes you feel like then, like you haven't shown them, like.
Yeah, I know.
Do you mean it's like
That's a massive thing. Yeah, I know.
Do you mean it makes you feel inadequate? Like.
The thing is, like 15-30 seconds long. You don't know any more detail than physically move your arm here, do that, whatever. Like with me playing guitar, people do it all the time. Like I'll teach someone a song. A common one for me to teach in the beginning is Snow Patrol, chasing cars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
2 notes going back and forward.
I nailed that one, by the way.
Brilliant, well done.
2 notes.
But like,
as top 10.
But like, you got the same 2 notes all over the fretboard, loads of different positions.
Yeah.
So you get people like online teaching them the most fucking awkward, obscure way to do it because they know where to find those 2 notes. It's different to everyone else. It's like, yeah, I've given you that way because you're shit. You can't do anything else. You can't fret that down.
Yeah,
so they come back. It's happened a few times. Like, oh yeah, I found a different version of that song you gave me. Smoke on the Water. Yeah, I found this version of it, and they just plonk on the low E string. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we put the song on now. We play along with it, shall we?
Yeah.
So put the song on. Nothing fits. So what's going wrong? That's not the song. That's why. Do it the way that I told you to do it on the right strings, and it'll work. It'll be fine. It's like they don't listen to it. They just want like a quick. Like everything about TikTok is meant to just give you a feeling of, oh yeah, that was great. I'm gonna watch another one. You know, I'm successful and fucking amazing. What's he doing? Sucking your tits.
It looks like he is trying to lick my
Baby
nipples.
fit then.
Yeah.
Baby fit in.
What?
Baby fit in. I don't even know what just got out of my mouth. Baby.
Sarah, are you a baby fitter by any chance?
Oh, fancy fitting a baby, man. Baby sitting.
Oh,
I was meant to say.
Yeah.
Does that include breastfeeding?
I think so. It's 2024 now.
Nibs.
But do you know? What cracked me up the other day, a student of mine said that we were talking about a band, like, and she was like, "Oh, that's the song that made them viral." But like the song is from like 1997.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to scream like, oh, there was no viral then.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that's what the record label was just pumping out.
Yeah. I know. It's different.
Kerrang.
Yeah.
So it got big.
Yeah. You can't. I don't know what it takes to get big these days. It's just like one. Like a good fucking TikTok video and you blast it all over the place. Yeah.
What's that? There's one song that gets played over loads and loads of videos, and I didn't realise it was actually a song. It's got like a big, massive chorus.
I don't even watch.
You guarantee you've heard it somewhere. Like I can't even think of the song, but yeah, it's a big tune.
I've noticed bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
That one. Bum 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 bum.
All the stuff like.
Yeah, but slowed down. So it's whoa, 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 whoa. Like they just changes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, shit. Anyway,
I'm not up with all of this stuff, to be honest.
No, I know. I'd rather not be.
Do you know what? I actually tried to get on MySpace the other day, and I couldn't. I think they've stopped. I don't know if they've shut it down or
probably
it wouldn't load anymore. But a few months ago, it would.
Would it?
Is it?
Yeah, because I remember my thing, my handle.
Yeah.
So I did have a look on there the other day, but it wouldn't let me go on.
What was your MSN? What's your MSN address?
This is really embarrassing. Well, the one I was using for a very long time was Shakira _Aguilera.
Wow.
So I was full on milking. So I went on Stars in Their Eyes Kids as Christina Aguilera, and I milked that for such a long time.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And before that, I auditioned for there was a live version of it where Bradley Walsh was going to be hosting, and then it all got pulled last minute. But I was on it as Shakira. Right. So I was just like,
how old are you?
I'm going to make 13, something like that. Yeah.
Can this be found on the web?
The Christina Aguilera one can be found.
You showed me years ago, and I forgot about that completely. Yeah.
We will add a link to that in the description of this video.
Oh, it's a lovely pink dress in there as well. Lovely pink dress and a long black wig, and a very embarrassing interview.
Oh, really?
Nothing has changed. Yes.
Yeah.
But Kat
worn the dress
Deely.
today.
Oh my god, I wouldn't fit in that now.
Let's say Kat Deely.
Yeah, Kat Deely, because it was Matthew Kelly, wasn't it? And he was taken away for investigation.
I don't even know. I can't remember this.
Yeah, Matthew Kelly was being investigated at one point for things that I shall not.
Oh, it was the Stars guy, the tall, bearded.
Yes.
Was this a BBC show?
You got a beard, you're a pedo.
ITV. They're all the same, innit? I wouldn't want to go down that route, but yeah, go on.
But yeah, so Kat Deely was absolute babe.
Is it?
Yeah, she's lush, but she's like 8 foot tall.
Is she?
And I was even shorter than I am now, with no shoes on, and she also had high heels on, and it was very awkward because I was looking up at her like this, and she was asking me questions, and I couldn't speak. Yeah, so, but that was cool. But yeah, so I milked that for a very long time. And then a little bit later on, me and my cousin made up a fake MSN account for our Bebo and our, what was it, Habbo Hotel?
Oh, yeah.
what a
Yeah.
name.
X_lush and horny 2K4_X. And neither of us even knew what horny was then, but we were like, and our name was Candy. And we would just talk
With
to
an
people. It wasn't with an I, no.
X at the end as well, Candy X. Like,
But oh god, yeah, I just it makes me actually really cringe on the inside when I think about that.
do you know what before, right? Remember, like with MSN and webcams and all that. We were over at our friend's house, and so she'd logged into MSN, and then we started speaking to one of the boys from school, and I was like, have you got a thong? And she was like, yeah. So I think I was like 14. She went upstairs, got a thong, right? I put the thong on. We went on MSN with this boy, and I showed my ass on camera, and he was like typing. He's like, oh, that's lovely. And then I turned around and put my face in the camera. He was like, oh, no. It's class.
I'd be mortified if I had kids. I'd be mortified if they acted like I did when I was, at MSN. You just add random people and then be on webcam to them. Don't know who they were.
Yeah.
That's horrendous.
I think
it's
about how
different
bad the
these days.
quality of the camera was as well. Yeah. You could literally just put a mask of anything on. Like, you wouldn't even know. Like, do you know what I mean? I used to love MSN though.
Yeah, no, it was different. Like, I don't know. You knew the people you were talking to. It was like being in one big room with each other. But it's like, I think it's different these days because, I don't know, everyone's getting kind of connected to more and more people. So I feel like it gets diluted more. Like your friends are not actually your friends.
Yeah.
It's like, there's one of the boys, you go out with him and he doesn't spend any time with you. He'll go around saying hello to everyone. And he knows everyone. He's got cousins everywhere. He just goes to one group there, spends 10 minutes with them, goes to a different group. Oh, I'm just going to say hello to these guys. You never see him. Like, it's kind of the same thing as that. Like, you don't spend any quality time with friends and like, I don't know. It's like same thing with our Facebook and stuff. They want more. It's like more likes, more followers, more everything. It doesn't mean anything then, does it?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Oh shit.
With like WhatsApp now, you got it's all group chat, isn't it? I don't hate group chats, but I haven't got the capacity to keep up with them. Like if I look at one and it's got 200 unread messages, I'm like, well,
those
I don't even
messages
look
are never
back.
getting read.
Yeah. Whereas, like with MSN, you'd come home from school or whatever, and you would be like, I'm going on MSN, and then you go on for an hour or two, and then you come off. But with like group chats, it's just constant.
Yeah.
That's what I can't deal with. Like, it's just too much. Like.
Yeah.
Too much. I think we're communicating too much these days.
We're too available, and we all the time, and people expect you to reply straight away. Well, realistically, that's you can't, can you? You've got your life to live, and if someone texts you, then you'll get a reply when I've sat down and I'm able to reply.
100%.
But people expect you to always be available, don't they?
I've got like some of my 17-year-old students, right? Like they're obviously in the Snapchat kind of era, and like. If it's a girl and one of her girlfriends has been snapping this boy, and then he reads it and left it read without replying, she stopped speaking to him. Like, and she was like, "Oh, this boy didn't reply to me for like 4 hours, so I just ghosted him." I'm thinking like, "Wow,
4 hours!
4 hours!
How dare he?"
I don't know, like I just sat there and I actually said to her, I was like, "Fuck!" I said, "It's mad, man. You know, like years ago, I used to just send letters to people. Like, I'd have to wait like a week, like, or send stuff via pigeon." And we can't even wait a few hours anymore. Like,
yeah, I know.
It is nuts.
I think, where does that go? Where's that lead? You know what I mean? Like, what will humans be like after that?
Even more needy.
After, like, if the further we go on. Like,
yeah, it's weird. I don't know what happens.
Teleportation, I reckon.
Yeah.
God, that would be nice.
If no one responds, you can just teleport in front of them. Like, reply now. And then just teleport back.
Just checking. You're not dead then.
Yeah.
Oh, right, great, yeah.
Oh, you don't have a shit, do you? You can still text and shit. Like.
Yeah, no, I've given myself permission to not reply to people now as well. Like, if Steve doesn't, like, if I get a no-show, like, it happened last week. Someone just didn't turn up for the lesson, so I messaged the mother, said, by the way, he hasn't turned up for the lesson. So I'll check now, he's supposed to be there. They didn't get back to me till later, like, I left it like a day. He didn't reply. He said, "Oh yeah." They got back to me. He said, "Oh, something happened, traffic, whatever excuse, they couldn't get there." Left a couple more days. Are we okay for next week? And they started to panic. I was just away all weekend to weddings, like.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wasn't like. I messaged them back this morning actually. I said, "Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, we're on for lessons. Don't worry about it. Whatever." Like, yeah.
Make him sweat now.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. So are you gigging at all? I know we've got to do a thing going on.
Yeah, we've got some gigs coming up on me.
Yeah.
But no, not on my own.
Yeah.
I don't have the confidence that I used to. I don't like being like in like the center of attention. I don't like being what everyone's looking at. You know, if it was just like a background thing,
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that at all. But you know, like on a Saturday night in a
Yeah,
nightclub or on a pub.
Yeah.
It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, and I think as well, like when we were together in a band before, weren't we? And it was just, I'm not the kind of person that can entertain a crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
I am too awkward to entertain anyone. And B, I'm not very good at dealing with drunk people.
Right.
So, you know, like when people are like, oh, play some Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, trying to interrupt you in the middle of when you're singing. Or someone tries to take the microphone off you so they can sing it themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not very good at that. I'm not very good at sort of dealing with that.
Yeah, I know.
And it did put me off.
Yeah.
It did put me off a bit. So
Well, that was a different kind of thing because we were pushed into loads of gigs that people didn't necessarily want us to be there either. Like it was a wedding function band, but it was so popular at the time what we were doing. People were just ticking the box like, oh yeah, we'll have a band, we'll have these ones. These are the highest ranking acoustic bass band. Okay, we'll have those. So you end up playing random shit. They'd message us a couple of days before to say, this is the first dance. They want these 10 songs in the set somewhere. They want this specific set. You got to come set up this time. It's just so much stress. Like it wasn't.
yeah, and I think that one of the massive things that put me off actually doing weddings, well, through an agency anyway, especially, is like there were times when you wouldn't get told what the first dance was until you were already on the way to the gig.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is this person's wedding. Like,
Yeah, I know.
And they want you to learn the song.
Yeah.
And they just assume that you already know it. So they don't tell you until the day of. And it's like, well, what? I don't want to mess up this person's first dance. That's going to be their only,
That's
fingers
the thing.
crossed, first dance.
Like we care about that.
Yeah. And it's
But
us then that
the
look
agency
rubbish
don't. Yeah.
if we mess it up.
Yeah.
And we get paid like such a small chunk of what is being paid.
Yeah, I know.
But
It's
we
not
are the
worth it.
front people that we're the people that have to deal with it if they're not
And the
happy
cost
with
is on
how.
us. It
Yeah.
costs us to get to a gig.
Yeah.
Costs us time to do it.
And we'd all have to travel up separately. Like there'd be one person with the drums in the car, so they couldn't fit anyone else in the car.
Yeah.
And then like the bassist would go up on his own. Like sometimes you and I would go up together, but if we had more equipment, we'd have to go up. So it's 4 cars going up to sometimes somewhere like East Sussex
Yeah.
on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And just getting paid no petrol for it.
That's one of the things. That's one of my bugbears. That is.
Yeah.
Shit, innit? It's like to make that work, you've got to have one van between you.
Yeah.
You've all got to go together. You've all got to be young as fuck and not care about coming back at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Not have a family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking or a job.
Yeah. We'd be coming home at like 5 in the morning sometimes, and I'd be in the office by 7.
Do you remember we left at like 8 o'clock in the morning once? So we'd go somewhere like York, I think it was. We got back at about 5 or 6 o'clock the next morning.
Shit.
And
Yeah.
you
Oh,
get,
yes, probably about 6 hours.
yeah,
Is
you
it?
get paid
6
like
hours?
nothing
Yeah,
really for
something like
that.
Yeah, nowhere near what it's worth.
No, but like if you think about it, per hour we'd be on like 10 pence an hour or something like that.
Fuck all. I mean, I went somewhere, and they organised food for you. You still like part of the contract. They organised food for you at some point.
Yeah.
So like we turned up to one place. It was like just crisps, a bag of crisps each.
Wow.
Like we get a green room just with a table full of crisps. Like, oh, thanks. Fucking great.
Or like whatever's like scraped off people's plates at the end. It's like, well, you guys can share that if you'd like.
Yeah, that is shit. I hated that.
Yeah.
The only good thing about that is that it was us doing it and we had fun. We had a laugh together.
I really liked our band. I thought like the 4 of us, considering we like all of us together had never met, and you already knew the others, didn't you? And
No.
like, did you not?
No.
They knew each other, the 2 of them.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just really like, it obviously is awkward when you first meet,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was like we all just got on really well,
Yeah.
and we all made each other laugh, and it was just
You make it together, and you like.
it was a good experience. It
Yeah.
was like little holidays around the country, like on little tour.
yeah. I remember like one of our first ones was in Newgale, And I used to go there every... Scott, it meant nothing to him.
I don't know where the fuck that is. Where's New
West
Gill?
Wales is like right by St David's.
Okay, all right.
And it was, I think it might have been our first or second gig together. And we like took photos on the beach.
Oh, I remember. Yeah. That's still on my blog, that is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I was just, if that was I always remember that as being really nice. And then there was one which was the worst experience, one of the worst experiences of my entire life. Wow. You weren't there for this one. It was in Bournemouth, I think.
Right.
Like we travelled quite far anyway.
Yeah.
And I'd stayed up the whole night before because they were saying they wanted garage music as like the DJ part afterwards.
Okay. Right.
And I don't
I thought
really
you
know.
were just going to say you had to change the set.
I don't know what garage music is, I'll be honest. Somebody gave me an example of Craig David. And I was like, okay, that still gives me nothing really.
Yeah.
So I got in touch with the bride directly and I said, look, give me all of the songs that you like and I'll make sure that I've downloaded them so that we can play them. And then we got there. First of all, they were fuming that I wasn't blonde anymore.
Oh, right.
They were insisting I was not the same person from the video, but I was.
Yeah.
I had just dyed my hair, and
but the other guy wasn't. Like whoever you had instead of me wasn't me, was it?
No, and they clearly didn't care about that.
Right.
I sounded different as well. They made us stop after like 4 songs, I think it was,
Right.
and then they wouldn't let us go back up, and it was really uncomfortable because I was trying to convince them like I am actually who I am.
Yeah.
How do you prove someone to someone that you are like you? And then they were like, oh yeah, you sound different as well. And then they were like really horrible. And all the guests were lovely. And they were like, when are you going back up? And we were like, we're not. And I remember one of the guests being like, oh, don't worry, the bride's a bit of a bitch. And I was like, oh, there's like clearly some tension here.
Well, they literally wouldn't let
They wouldn't let us go back on, no. And then we put the songs on afterwards and they were like, these are all the wrong remixes. And I was like, oh, I just want to leave now. Like, just let us go.
I would have just gone.
I think
I'd rather just like, we have to stick around until midnight.
I think as a lesson in that, you have to take your birth certificate to gigs.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Never dye your hair because
Never
no one
dye
will
hair.
recognise you.
Yeah, just wigs.
But that kind of thing, just, I'm not good. I'm getting better these days at like confrontation, but I'm not good at stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And because like, I always used to rely on Scott to be like the spokesperson.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there. And I was like, oh God, I don't know what to do. And like,
I know.
we were all just useless.
It's hard because that was never said, was it? There was never like a band leader. No one ever said, all right, you go ask for the money, or I'll take charge of this. Or it just fell on me most of the time.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know who we'd go to when I wasn't there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of
like
it's good that you did have to do it though. It's good that you were the one that did it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a massive
and we
thing.
obviously still had to then awkwardly ask for the money.
Yeah.
Even though they absolutely hated us. But yeah, I think it was a good learning experience for me to take charge.
Yeah.
And there's no real risk there. It's fucking music, like.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's dying over garage music, like. It doesn't matter. That's what I used to tell myself all the time.
I was like, I stayed up all night downloading these songs.
Yeah.
They were the wrong remixes.
Oh no.
Yeah. I in those situations like then, I'd just tell myself, I don't really give a fuck about this. It doesn't really matter. So I'm happy to offend people asking for money. It doesn't look bad on me. Plus, we were not even us. It's like we were the band.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't know our real names. They didn't care if they switched us out. Whatever. Usually they didn't care.
Yeah, well they did that too.
Yeah.
But then like it never looked bad on me if I'm shaking down a bride for money if they refuse to pay. It was like you're paying me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are paying me, and I don't care. I remember once we did one of the old walls, and I remember asking. We stopped halfway through, and I remember asking someone for the money. I think it was the best man. I asked for the money, and he said, "Oh, ask the groom." Turn around, looked at the groom. Groom had his top off, tied around his head, sweating on the dance floor. So, fuck. Okay, plan B. Let's go ask the bride. So I asked the bride, and she said, "Oh, I paid you already."
Oh God.
And she said, "I've given you like $450." I was like, oh, okay, well, I can see the confusion. That $450 was for the agency. We don't see any of that. That was the book. That was the kind of the
Fee.
what's it called? What's the
deposit?
Deposit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said we don't see any of that. We got to pay this cash. That's what the contract is. And she said, "Oh, but my purse is in the hotel room." I said, "I don't mind. We can wait, but just to let you know, we're not going back on until you pay. Like, cause that's what you know. That's where I am with it."
Yeah.
And she said, okay. So she disappeared somewhere. Didn't come back. I remember I had to get the guy who worked in Old Walls to go and get her.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know where she was. She just disappeared in nowhere. I thought she was going to get her thing and she didn't come back. But she came back. So I am got cash. I am got cash. So what are we going to do? I said, well, you can pay by bank transfer, but we're not going on unless we get paid. So it's like, that's not good for me to have like shitloads of money going to my bank all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So I didn't make a habit of doing that. But I never did a gig that I didn't get paid for. And then I remember mentioning it to the agency the next day and saying how difficult it was and just confirming, like, if that happens again, what happens?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
what's the protocol? Like,
yeah, if you're traveling halfway across the country and don't get paid, like, what happens then? Because they've taken the money and it hasn't cost them anything.
Yeah.
It's cost us to go there. Like, all they do, they get a thing in, email, whatever. It's done in 10 minutes. That's it. One person goes confirm and it's done. But like for us, it costs just to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh no, sometimes you just got to take a hit." That's it.
They wouldn't. They definitely wouldn't take the hit though.
Yeah, but the thing is, I would have been happy if they said we'll just distribute what is the deposit amongst everyone equally, and that'd be fine. That would have been a good answer. But no, it was you just got to take a hit sometimes. It's just part of the business, like the industry.
I didn't realise they'd said that to you.
Yeah, it was in the group.
Oh.
Yeah, I said. I can't remember what I said. But I think I said it to us like on the whatever gig that we were together. I said, if that ever happens again, I'm going. Like, that's it. There's no warning. There's no if this happens again. If I've ever done a gig and I don't get paid for it, I'm...
And also they have been paid for it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And haven't done anything like you said.
You know, it's not always in our control to force a bride to pay. If they didn't have money, like that bride in particular, I had to go on a phone bank wire over to me. So that might not have been possible if there's no Wi-Fi. There's loads of things that might have stopped that happening. Like, but it is completely in their control to make sure that it doesn't cost us as much as it would. You know, because they got paid for it. They got paid fucking the deposit. Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? That's mostly the reason why I didn't want anything to do with them. Like, not long after that, there's loads of problems that happened after that. I don't want to make it a massive fucking rant because you were still with them.
Yeah,
it's a job though, isn't it? But
it is. Yeah.
I just don't like the way that they make so much money off treating musicians like they're nothing, and also the people that are getting married. It's their day. This is their big day. They've spent loads of money on this day, and they don't even give a shit. Like,
no, that's the thing.
They don't care about how good the band is, or whether they've ever met before or played together before.
It's a different thing now. Like, we've got a wedding coming up, and they've specifically asked for us because they like what we do. I mean, they've given us free reign over it. They said, "Oh, just play doing the meal or whatever, just nice chilled out stuff." That's nice. It's different. Like, because there's some sort of relationship between the bride and the band. That isn't just, oh, these are just numbers, you know, go here, play this, whatever. Yeah. It's like, you know, you get a band or you get a musician that actually wants to be there, that wants to provide something nice for the bride. I mean, and the bride as well, or the bride and groom, whatever. Bride and bride. Oh, you know, like, just to be, what's it called? Like, they want to do stuff for you as well. They want to make it like easier for you. They want you to have fun. So they feed you and they talk to you and say, oh, you know, thanks.
Yeah,
I like that there's a personal relationship, like where you actually have spoken, and if they've got anything that they specifically want, they can just ask you, rather than relying on them asking the agency, who probably will never tell us that.
It might go through 2 or 3 people before it gets to you.
Yeah.
And then you've turned up to the wrong venue a couple of times because the sat nav sent you the wrong place, was it, when I wasn't there before?
Yeah.
It's like, it's just, I don't know. I think all the agencies are the same though, you know, like all the online ones. I've completely cut ties with every agency that I've worked with. All the main ones. If you Google wedding band, online ones will come up. Do you know what I mean? Then there's zero relationship with anyone. It is literally you just turn up to do a gig, and then you just fuck off and do the next one the next day. You know what I mean? But I think the more popular you are, the more that happens. the less personal it is with the person, like.
Yeah.
But I was going to say something. You said something interesting earlier on. The difference between like performing and entertaining, like that's a big thing. Because I don't think I entertain very well either. You know, like I don't mince around on stage. I don't fucking.
Is everyone having a good time?
Yeah, I hate that.
The fillers, like.
Yeah. I did a wedding the other day in Devon. Really nice venue, Watermouth Cove. Lovely venue, right on the beach and everything. And I was talking to the DJ in between my sets stuff. I was supposed to be doing the first dance, and he said, I finished playing. He went to introduce himself. He said, "Are you going to be playing the first dance? Are you going to introduce the bride and the groom to come in after they cut the cake?"
What's that accent?
Sounds like a royal.
Yeah. Anyway, he was English, right? That's English.
They all sound the same.
Yeah. But and I said, honestly, Brad, they're not going to fucking understand me, are they?
Yeah.
And he said, "Fuck, where'd that accent come from?" He said, "You're Welsh." He said, "Because you sing in a different accent. Do you notice you sing in a different accent?"
Oh God, yeah, I can't sing in my accent.
No,
Oh,
it sounds awful. Yeah, exactly. I know, horrible.
I had to do that for an audition once.
Sing in a Welsh accent.
Sing in a Welsh accent.
How can you sing in a Welsh accent?
Can't.
I think the language itself is designed to be like all open vowels anyway.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
like operatic music sounds lovely in a Welsh accent, but
Yeah.
try singing a Bruno Mars song.
Ave Maria.
Treasure.
Treasure. That is what you are. Yeah, but he was surprised by my accent. But then, yeah, so I said, "Oh, you're going to have to do it, mate." I can't. They don't understand me. Every time I speak normally, like even now I'm talking, this is more or less normal now, like the way we talk.
Yeah.
You've got to change it completely if you're talking to someone from England, especially on a microphone. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but I played the first time. He was outside. Nice sun was setting. They wanted a specific timing. So the photographer wanted it in the golden hour. You know, as the sun setting and stuff, all this perfect lighting and stuff. So it was timed perfectly. I had to start playing. I had to get everyone. It was a lot of coordination to get this thing right. And so I was playing in the perfect spot. They had to move me around a couple of times. I remember this shot. Okay, so I started playing. Is Ed Sheeran? Like,
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So started playing. At one point, after the intro, as I was about to start singing, one of the groomsmates just shouted, "Pino!" This is being filmed as well, like. I couldn't stop fucking pissing. I had to stop. I had to do like another intro. I was about to start singing. I just heard him shout, "Pino!" I just fucking, just go around again, compose yourself.
Do you think
start singing?
Yeah,
it was like that. Those are the fun weddings, though.
Yeah.
Like those are the best ones.
That's it. I think what makes it better as well about having that personal relationship is that you feel like you're actually part of the wedding.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was
like
good.
because you've spoken to the bride and the groom or whatever before, and like you said, you usually get fed better, and like you do just feel like you're actually welcome there and you're involved, as opposed to just like coming in round the back and just like where do we set up sort of thing to the staff. And
I know. I do more from then. Do you mean?
Yeah.
Like I will play longer. If like sometimes I don't say a word. Like if it's one of those weddings where it's in and out kind of thing and they're not too bothered about me being there or not, I'll play say 2 45-minute sets. I'll work at the time if it's at the right kind of time, say 10 minutes short or whatever. I'll just end whatever time that is, like whatever. I'm not looking at the clock too much, but I'll end at whatever I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
But say if I know they're going in for food a half hour later than decide everything's wrong, I'll play an extra half hour. Do you know what I mean? I'll keep going. I'll do what I can for them because I like them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of works both ways, like.
It is nice when you turn up and they'll be like, "Oh, you know, we've watched your videos or whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah. When they want you there and you're not just, like you said earlier, about ticking the box.
It's a different vibe, like, completely different vibe.
We've been waiting so long. And I hate those ones, all right, where they're really nice and then it's like, oh, fuck, like we've got a dep singer. Do you mean? When the singer is what sells the, you know, what they watching, isn't it? Do you mean? Like you said, they don't care if you were there, like as a guitarist or whatever, innit?
Yeah, I think.
Kills me. But at the same time, it like, I feel sorry for our singer sometimes because like he feels like he can't take gig off. Yeah. Because he's the face of the band. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? I know.
And it's up to you as well to find your replacement when actually the whole point of an agency is that it's their job surely to find another singer in amongst their.
I think I don't know. There's a fine line between management and agency. it's like I think that's what their argument would probably be, is we not managers, like you got to sort your own, we just tell you where to go and do the gig, like everything else up to you, but they get paid as if they manage it, do you know what I mean? But
that's
I
it.
don't know.
Like
it's a slippery one.
I had a story to tell you as well when you were talking about the getting the money and stuff.
Yeah.
So we played once, and during our set, I think it was like someone from the groom's party kind of thing was shagging or kissing someone outside, like, which wasn't his partner, like.
Oh fuck.
So like at the end of the night, we didn't have the money, and I was like, oh fucking hell, I'll go sort it out now. And I went up to like a bridesmaid, I was like, what's the main one? The main bridesmaid kind of thing.
The maid of honour.
Maid of honour. I think I went up to like the maid of honour. She was in fucking TS. Do you mean? And I was like, excuse me. Can I have the payment, please?
Oh, that's horrible,
it was so awkward, like. It was horrific.
Yeah, it is weird. It's awkward asking people for money, like.
Yeah, I don't know where it might have been. It could have been her partner, like, who had been caught fucking busting someone, like, outside. It was chaos, like
Smashing someone's back doors in.
Yeah.
Do you remember there was that? I don't know if it must have been you, or maybe it was, or maybe it was someone depping for you. But we had this wedding, and it was like a full on like. It was like a big fat gypsy wedding kind of thing.
Aye.
And the bride and the groom were arguing like on the actual wedding day. Do you remember them?
It
was like in a golf club, and I can't remember where. I think it was fairly local. And at the end of the night, the groom tried to kiss me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Maybe I do actually. I remember something like that.
And it was like
moving in on you.
Yeah. And I was like, mate, this is your actual wedding day. Like, at least wait until tomorrow. Like, it's never going to get better than this.
Yeah. I'm fair game for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. The first wedding I ever did broke up a couple of days later.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really interesting wedding. I played a Rammstein song for the bride to walk in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, I enjoyed that one. That's what made me want to do weddings more, like that specific thing, like rewriting music and stuff. And they broke up not long after that, apparently. Unless this is on my wires crossed. Yeah.
Maybe it was something you said.
Yeah, I think that was like a infidelity type thing.
Oh God.
I don't know any more details though.
We've had one where it wasn't like infidelity or anything, but on the night of the wedding, the groom was absolutely pissed up, like smashed, throwing chairs on and all that. And like the guests started to flake off a bit early as well, which is rare. Do you mean?
Yeah.
But like it turns out they were starting to flake off because he just knew it was impending. Like, do you mean? Because he just, it happened every time he got drunk, or whatever. So he started throwing chairs about the place. He started trying to fight people, and the bride went up to the husband. The bride went up to the DJ and said, "I'm sorry about my boyfriend." And the DJ was like, "Oh, it's not your boyfriend, he's your husband." And she's like, "Well, he's not going to be for long. 3 weeks." On the night of the wedding, she said, in 3 weeks, like, divorced. And like...
So expensive as well, just to do
well,
that.
This was, like, that particular one was in Old Walls, which, peak
not
Old
cheap.
Walls was probably 20-30 grand. Like,
yeah.
I remember there was 100 grand plus wedding there we did.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was...
And they're all...
I think I was depping for a band. I wasn't our band. I was depping for one. I played the ceremony. They had like a harpist for the drinks reception. They had a full band for the evening. They had the DJs included with the price, but they didn't like that DJ. So they had a different DJ. They had a separate kids entertainer for the room upstairs, the waiting room above the toilets and stuff. Yeah. They had a kids like play thing up there, the little DJ and party thing and balloon animals and stuff. Wow. They had fireworks. They had fucking everything that you could think of. It was there. Like, it was over 100 grand for a wedding.
It's insane, isn't it?
Why would you pay that for one day?
Yeah, I know. It's gone. I mean, you can argue that the memories are there, but what's
I mean,
what's the difference with that and that cheaper one without the fireworks, without all the shit? It's better memories if the kids are organising themselves at the front, like whacking each other with sticks. Do you know what I mean? That's more fun. They're gonna remember that more than fucking some guy. Fucking entertaining. It's basically it today. Same with the band and that. Yeah. You don't need fucking all these DJs. It's like just people fucking. Oh, you remember this new? Look how good this is.
First of all, kids don't remember anything anyway.
No, I know. I don't. I got shit memory. Worst memory ever in my childhood.
And if it's my wedding, I'm getting steaming. I'm not remembering it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So it should be, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like the amount that's blown on weddings is insane.
You're engaged now?
Yeah,
Ew.
I am. Yeah.
It's been a while now, isn't it? I don't think we ever spoke about it though.
So like, we first got engaged, kind of like, and I didn't even know if it was real. It was horrific. It was funny as hell. So like, what happened was, it was my birthday, and then Amy had arranged for us all to go for like an Indian as a surprise, all our friends and stuff. And when we were there, someone asked her, "Oh, when you two get engaged?" And I said, "Oh, you know, whenever she asks." Like, no, she said, "Whenever he asks." And I said, "Oh, fucking marry me then." And she was like, "All right." And everybody went nuts. Some champagne, and it was just like, I was sitting there thinking, "Fuck, I was joking." Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, "Ah, no." One of the boys like took me to the side. He was like, "But you gotta tell her if you see us or not now, innit? Do you mean? Because she thinks she see us." And I just thought, "Oh, fuck it, yeah, all right." So I spoke to her man next day. I said, "Oh, I think me and Amy are engaged. Like, and I need your blessing." He's like, "Oh, yeah, you know, been with her long enough, blah blah." But then I done it properly. Then a few years later, like, because I didn't feel like that was the
marry me in.
Yeah, marry me in. Like.
Yeah.
So I did it in Glastonbury, watching Queens of Stone Age, which was nice. But yeah, like, we got no kind of immediate wedding plans. We've been to see a couple of venues.
Oh,
yeah, we seen one up in Hereford and one up in near Tembe. They're both stunning, like, do you mean? But I was when I'm a kid first.
Yeah.
34 now, do you mean? I wanna.
Biological clock's ticking.
Yeah.
Not for you, though, is it?
You are?
Not for you.
Oh, well, Amy's 30 now, so.
Oh, right.
I wanted a kid for years.
I know. Yeah.
I wanted a kid for years. I just like. In my 20s were a write off, so I couldn't have raised a fucking, I don't know, a fucking Tamagotchi in my 20s. Like,
oh god, I loved killing my Tamagotchis.
Is it?
And my Sims as well. Killed my
I never
Sims in all
played
ways.
Sims. Like,
Yeah,
I
take
never
away all the
played
doors.
Sims.
Didn't you?
No.
That surprises me. I'm surprised you're not the kind of person that would try and kill your Sims.
I've never played it. I don't know what it's like.
you could chuck them in the pool, right? You could let them, put steps going under the pool, and when they're in the pool, just remove the steps. And
Oh,
you'd be
right.
like, fucking, oh, and they drown.
Yeah.
Like.
They
That
can
sounds
also like die from being too dirty.
Oh, is it?
Too
That's a
hungry.
good one. Yeah, too hungry. If you just leave them in a tiny room and they just pee themselves over and over and over again, they die.
Yeah. It's a few games like that. Like, recently I've been interested in. I haven't got time to play shit like that, though. There's one...
Yeah, you've got a life, to be fair.
Yeah.
I do not.
I still do gaming, though. I've played... what's a game like that? I saw is a jiu-jitsu guy that I like. Apparently plays this fucking game. It's like...
SimCity?
No, you wouldn't have heard of it. It's really obscure.
Right.
It's like a space station 9 or something it's called. A space station something. You choose a character, you choose different skills and stuff, but like you can do like anything in it. If you're like, this guy's like a chemist, but he can brew potions to give himself extra strength and punch a wall through or whatever.
Right,
and like
right.
or poison people or kill everyone in the space. I don't know what the point is of the game, but it seemed really interesting. There's like this like games nowadays, there's so much like you can do, like aside from just walk a guy over there.
Yeah.
It's like this, I don't know, like you say, people die if they dirty or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, random shit, like really, really random things you can do to characters that you didn't even think that you could do. Like, it's part of the coding of the game. It's mad.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, what I love about that game is it's like a horse full of shit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even imagine. You'd just be standing next to a horse and his fucking tail comes up. Like, it's
Yeah.
that shit,
I do like that game.
yeah.
I guess sidetracked so easy though.
That's one of the things this is is changing the subject slightly, but also on the same thing of horses. But like I've always wondered, like when you're watching something royal on TV and there's loads of horses, I'm like,
Yeah.
do they shit?
I think they do. They just
And then
shit,
when
don't
I think it was the Queen's funeral,
Right.
shitting, and I was like, oh my god,
They
it's
probably
the
got-
first time I've
It's
ever
happened,
seen
like, yeah.
it actually happening. Because like it's a serious thing, everyone's really sad, everyone's crying. It's like solemn event, and then these just horses are just shitting.
You can allow a horse though, like a human. We haven't got the same tolerance for shit in humans.
Do you know what I don't understand? Why we got to pick up dog shit, but no, you don't have to pick up a horse shit.
Yeah, horse shit's massive. It's way
It
more of
gets
an
on your
inconvenience.
tyres.
Yeah.
People slip. They should, like, horse riders. I think there should be a law introduced where they have to carry a little shit shovel in one of their saddle bags. Imagine just driving past the fucking someone shoveling shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point actually.
Yeah.
Is it?
Some slipping.
Doesn't smell so bad though, does it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like
I quite like the smell of horse shit.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
mean.
really weird because
It's
it's
farmy.
Horsey.
yeah. I used to like work in a stables when I was a kid, when I was 13 or something. And it just gives me really happy memories whenever I smell horse shit. It just reminds me of like good times.
Yes.
I can relate to that.
Smells are good for memory, innit?
Yeah.
If you smell something you haven't smelled for ages, it takes you straight back there.
Do you know when I was a kid, like my uncle used to have a farm, like, and I used to, like, the smell of shit, like, it still excites me, like. But like if I'm driving in the countryside and stuff, especially when I had my motorbike and I could smell like fucking cow shit and stuff, it's awesome. But when I used to go to my uncle's farm, if I had wellies on, I would stand in cow shit, like, do you know? Stand in the cow pack,
Smudge it.
just watch it, like it was like a little science project.
You know, one story Bean told me before.
What's that?
One of his fantasies is to get like a piece of glass,
Oh no.
and sit on
I
a piece
know.
of glass and
Yeah.
Where's
just
this
shit
going?
wow.
on the glass that all
Yeah.
kind of just spreads.
Is there somebody underneath the glass?
No, he
Watching?
didn't mention that.
I've actually
No,
done
but like-
something similar to that, kind of. So I was in my mate's house and they put cling film on my face, and then he put his ass on my face, like with the cling film, like
Why?
laugh.
Oh, okay. All
Just
right.
a laugh.
This is what I don't understand. Men are so different. Like, oh yeah, I shat on my friend's face the other day for a laugh. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I necked my mate the other day for a laugh. Or
Oh,
I
yeah.
put my mate's dick in my mouth for a laugh.
I would 100%
Like, you
do that.
men are so different. Like,
Yeah.
they'll do anything for a laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably go skiing.
Yeah, we were out before, and one of the boys just got his cock out on the dance floor,
Yeah.
and then one of the other boys just got up and started wanking him off. Bounce like, what was it? Boys, you fucking can't do that. Like.
Yeah. You're in the wrong club.
Yeah.
Do you know, speaking of shitting on glass and all, right? When I went to see Steve O's live show, like he was playing different clips of like ideas he had, and he actually opened the front of a fan and put the fan on and shit in the fan, like. So he was like, I know the old expression, shit hit the fan. I wanted to see what it turned out like.
Oh, fuck.
Goes flying, like.
Oh,
His missus is
God.
there with fucking like goggles on, and I think a bit of shit went up her skirt, and like he touched her fan.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, it's funny.
it's
like.
probably not the first time either.
No, not
Yeah.
with him. Like.
Well, your bumhole is quite close to your fanny. Is there
Mine
any
personally, or-
cross-contamination? Girls in general. I suppose there'd be cross-contamination. I thought there would be.
Probably is.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't really know what to say to that. I haven't had any personal experience.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
I don't
never actually
I don't know what the
managed
risks
to get
are.
poo up my fanny before, but
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
that-
good name for
This-
band, isn't it? Poo up
Poo
my
in-
fanny.
Yeah.
oh, we're thinking about a name for us, aren't we?
We are
For
trying
our
to
think of
wedding
a
thing.
name, yeah.
So
Oh, imagine booking poo up my fanny for your wedding.
I'd book them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even need to listen to them first. I'd be like, "That's my wedding band."
I did think of a good one. Me and Rob were going to use it as a duo name. What was it? It's not Bebop and Rocksteady. Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, what was it? It'll come to me now, I've forgotten.
I really enjoyed, like, in our group chat before, we used to have like band names. I never contributed because I'm not very funny, but it was like you and Kieran were the main two that would like
Thinking of band names.
whack out the great band names. Yeah, and then my favorite out of them was like Trevor McDonald's Bloated Corpse,
Yeah.
and it's even funnier because he's not dead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And
but
then there was,
it's
like,
visual. It's very visual.
Mumford and Lumpsum was the other one. I think that was Kieran's.
Yeah. Yeah, we had fun. Remember our raps going home? Like listening to fucking, I don't know, Radio 2 or Radio 1
Yeah.
at like 3 in the morning. And just busting out some freestyle raps.
And there was just like the night the.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, what's that?
Klaxon.
Yeah.
Shawnee
Yeah.
B. Shawnee B. He was the
Shawnee
thingy.
B.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott was always really good at the raps. And
Yeah.
Felix is good at the raps as well. Like,
Yeah.
Scott sent me a video the other day of Felix freestyling, and I put me to shame.
Is it?
I'm a terrible freestyler. Literally the entire time I was just going stuck in on my titties. And that's the only thing I ever could think of to
I know.
say.
You learn a lot about someone, though. When you force them to freestyle rap.
I crap rapping.
Yeah.
I used to love rapping as a kid, though, like, listening to bloody, like, Limp Bizkit, Eminem and all that. Little white boy. From Lindra.
Anyone can make it.
Mm.
I mean, Eminem was a little white boy from
Yeah.
wherever he's from.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
Don't know where he's from.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm looking at my little list now. So you're into comics?
I'm not really into comics.
You've got fucking shit.
I have got a lot of comics. They're all my dad's comics that he doesn't know I'm selling.
Okay, all right.
But it's okay. I haven't seen my dad for many years, so.
No, that's right. Oh no.
So yeah, I'm basically a big fuck you by selling all his comics, and he doesn't know about it.
Is it?
Yeah, I've got like, I think
Are they all
it's
like in the seal and everything? Like, is it that?
yeah. There's like 3,400 and something of them. I actually manually typed them all out onto a spreadsheet before.
Wow.
So if I can ever be bothered. So I did have an eBay account, and then I sold a comic to this French guy. I should have known. And he sent me a really abusive message back saying that by the time it got to him, it was all ripped to pieces and unusable. And I was like, all right, send me a picture.
Yeah.
And it was literally just the corner of the envelope had bent a tiny bit.
Oh, shit.
And he sent me loads and loads of abuse. And I was like, right, I'm not dealing with you. This is going to be an eBay thing.
Yeah.
But because I'm so flipping feeble, I closed my eBay account then because I was afraid someone else was going to be mean to me. So I don't have eBay anymore just because of one person giving me abuse.
It's a lot of fuss anyway. You'd have to do that thousands of times. Like if you sell them all.
Yeah.
It's not worth it really.
Are they collector's ones?
Some of them are, yeah. Well, originally I was just giving them away to people because I wanted them out of my house. But I got rid of all like the really good ones.
Right.
I just gave them to people for free
Yeah.
because I hadn't done my research or anything. So all the good Spider-Man ones, they're all gone.
Is it?
Yeah, and I can't really like message those people and be like, hi.
Can you imagine like give it to someone and like, a couple of weeks later you see him driving past in a Lambo? And
Oh,
you're like, oh no.
be fuming. Yeah. So I did actually have like a run of selling comics, but yeah.
I've never been into comics. I'd like, it's something I'd like to have been into since I was a kid doing, because like I do like I like DC movies and things like that. I've never actually read a comic. I think.
Yeah.
Or like a graphic novel or anything.
Apparently, there's an Asian one, like the manga.
Oh yeah.
Shit. There's one horrific one called, I don't know, say Amy, someone's normal life or something it's called.
Right.
And she can't die.
Okay.
So people they paid to do horrific things to it, like fucking horrible things. And I think it's like eating babies in it, and there's like fucking
What?
I forgot what it's called. It's just disgusting though. So there's something for everyone out there is what I'm saying.
It's like the comic version of a Serbian film.
I don't know about that.
Have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
Right. Would you recommend?
No.
Yeah, thank you. Because I'm glad.
So one of my ex-boyfriends was just like, bet you wouldn't watch this film. And I was like, bet you I would. I'm hard. I can do it. And he was just like, I'm telling you, it's bad. And I was like, I'm fine. I'll watch it. And then immediately after watching it, I was like, oh my God, I wish I could like pull my eyeballs out.
Yeah, I've heard.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I've got my imagination is too good, so
you don't need a good imagination. It does it all for you.
No, that's what I mean. I wouldn't be able to not
especially
think
if
of
you've
it
got
fucking
children,
ages.
don't watch it.
Yeah.
I've heard it's absolutely vile.
It's horrendous.
How it even got made, like, from what I've heard, is unbelievable.
Yeah, I won't be watching that one.
Yes, I can.
I'm quite sensitive like that.
Aww.
Yeah.
I was like, when I was younger, I would do anything to impress people. I would be like, oh yeah, I can do that, no problem. And then I'd immediately regret it. That was the biggest one, I think, that I regretted.
Is there anything worse than that? Is that the worst thing that exists?
I think on record, I think that is probably the worst. Because you've got like a human centipede.
Yeah, I didn't find that too bad though.
I never watched that.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
That's apparently the second one of that is even worse.
Yeah, it's just body horror, and they're trying to make it worse and worse.
I'll tell you a scene from it afterwards, because I don't think that it's appropriate for a podcast.
One number 2.
No,
the
Serbian film.
Serbian,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
Yeah. Some of like, I think I got in mind what you're gonna say. To be honest with you,
does he fuck the baby?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm
like,
not watching that.
It's, like, there's blood coming out and everything, but it's his own child.
Yeah,
and
disgusting.
he doesn't find out until afterwards, and I'm pretty sure the baby dies from the trauma. But I did kind of repress most of
there's
most of
nothing.
it.
There's nothing like that.
Do you know, just
Ever. There shouldn't be things like that.
the sun clouded over as
Yeah.
as that.
Do you know what
It's
though?
a shadow.
How can they? I'm confused by like what the difference is between like that and child porn. How is that
Yeah.
actually allowed to be? Like you
In
can
a
actually
film.
you can actually download that film and watch it, and you won't get in trouble. How is that any different? Like that should be like actually banned. I
Well,
know it's banned
it
in
might
certain
have been-
countries, but it's like you won't get arrested for watching
I
it.
think it was the most. Yeah, I think it was the most banned film of all time, isn't it?
Well, the baby would have been
Yeah.
acting.
That's-
Could have been like a
I was
well-known
gonna make a
actor.
joke. I'm not. I don't even want to fucking go there.
Have you seen that thing? Imagine. Oh, it was the actor guy who was, fucking. Let's see, say Morgan Freeman. It's not Morgan Freeman. It's a different actor, right? I saw a little meme thing saying, imagine going about your everyday life, waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth, and looking in the mirror, and all of a sudden someone shouts "cut," and you're Morgan Freeman. That's how good an actor Morgan Freeman is. So the baby might be Morgan Freeman acting. Never know.
That's wild. I got this image of Morgan Freeman as a baby now.
But just with his normal face, but as a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know, would you? Because he's such a good actor.
Exactly, yeah.
Have you heard the conspiracy theory about Morgan Freeman?
No.
No? So apparently there's a theory out there, right? That Jimi Hendrix is Morgan Freeman. And they... yeah.
I didn't expect that.
No. Not me.
When Amy told me, right, I looked at my phone, looked at a photo of Morgan Freeman, and I went, fuck off. Because I was like, he is the image of him. There's a reason why, like, you know, Jimi Hendrix, in the theory, there's a reason why he kind of died. And it was I think it was like he couldn't handle the fame of being Jimi Hendrix or something along those lines. So they turned him into Morgan Freeman.
So he got even more famous.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a whole other argument. Yeah. I know there's a conspiracy behind Jimi Hendrix because he was black and he was popular and he was like fucking popular, making loads of fucking millions everywhere.
Yeah.
They didn't want him. That wasn't what people wanted to push.
Okay.
So there's a conspiracy that he died, that he was like gotten rid of.
With the wine bottle down his throat?
I don't,
Have you read that one?
No, I
That's
don't know.
what, yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know
How
how
did he
died.
die?
I don't know.
I think he drank himself to death.
Right.
If
Okay.
any celebrity dies, I'm like, I can't help it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've heard that because it wasn't like, you know, there's kind of the Beatles and Rolling Stones and all that kind of shit. And like coming out of the 50s and stuff, wasn't it? Was it 60s he was? I can't remember.
Yeah, late 60s.
So it was like coming out of the 50s, everything was really kind of white, wasn't it? So it was like they weren't ready for that yet. They didn't want him to be popular. They didn't want him to send that message yet.
Right.
So they were making more money separating things still, you know?
Yeah.
I think.
There's a theory. I love a conspiracy theory, but I don't want to be the guy who keeps pushing it like doing.
That's all right.
But
Eddie Bravo of the podcast.
Yeah. But like, I read somewhere that the theory is like you're worth more money dead as well. That's why that's why the industry will kill people off at 27, so they become infamous and then they keep making money off them.
Yeah. The other interesting one is the devil thing. Like you sell your soul to the devil.
Yeah.
And because the first one was like Robert Johnson, he's like one of the first recorded ones, and that whole thing about him selling his soul to the devil is interesting, kind of blues lore.
Is that the devil goes down to Georgia?
That's the song, yeah, Crossroads.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, and so he was kind of the first one, but then after that, everyone else started to die the same age. So everyone said, "Oh, they've sold their soul to the devil." So in that short amount of time, they're the biggest in their, their fucking generation. And then they die when they're 27. So it's like, or people who were on their way there. Do you know what I mean? Or some did something great, like. I don't know, Amy Winehouse. I don't know about Jeff Buckley because he wasn't massive.
I was about to say,
I love Jeff Buckley.
Did Jeff Buckley die at 27?
I don't know. I think it might have been.
He was in his 30s.
I don't know. I know he drowned, and he sang about it. He sang about drowning quite a lot.
Yeah.
There's conspiracies everywhere. If you look deep enough, it's like.
Yeah.
Like he just walked into the water, didn't he? Like fully clothed. He just walked in.
I thought he went swimming and he just didn't come back out. I don't know. But he was out of the blue. I think he just decided to fucking go for a swim in the river, like. But it's probably more to it. He's probably drunk or You know?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Is I do like stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, it's nice to know the things that gotta exist, but I don't let it kind of rule out. It's not like I know it's not fucking the truth. Flat Earth doesn't.
entertainment, treat it as entertainment. As
Yeah.
yeah.
The Jimi Hendrix and Morgan Freeman one, that is...
It's a bit far-fetched.
How
honestly,
old would how would he be the age of Morgan Freeman now?
Yeah. He's like there's a couple of years between them.
Morgan Freeman's always been the same age.
Yeah, I don't ever remember seeing him young.
He's like in his 70s since his 30s.
Yeah, I know. It's a film like that.
Honestly, right? If you look at photos of Morgan Freeman and Jimi Hendrix together, you'd be like, oh my god, it makes sense.
Just give him a guitar. See if he.
Yeah,
see what he does.
Well, he'd be able to anyway. He's such a good actor.
Yeah, if he
That's
just act
true.
like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he was doing.
Yeah, maybe he was always Morgan Freeman and he pretending to be Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, just acting, just crafting his skill.
Yeah.
Tupac, ever seen videos of him surfing lately?
No.
From before he was famous. He was like, from what the video shows, it was like he was like a really camp, like college boy. Do you mean? And then he became this gangster rapper. So they reckon that like he was made into that way by the industry because he was an actor.
Yeah.
Do you mean?
That happens anyway. Apparently, George Ezra got paid to leave his college course or university course. He came back 2 or 3 years later, a completely different person, different singer, different kind of style. Apparently, I've seen it happen with a few people though.
Right. Well, the label found him and did that.
Yeah, they just turn you into a product, like.
Yeah, I remember like I used to go to drama school and I was singing in this award ceremony with like a choir, and Pixie Lott was there as before she was Pixie Lott. Her name was Victoria.
All right.
And but she'd already been picked up by a record label and they were trying to like give her all the solos and they were trying to make sure that she was the one that everyone was focusing on because they were already like
invested.
Yeah, they knew they wanted to make her into something. But yeah, it's really strange to like sort of know of someone before and then when they come out then it's like, oh right, so this actually did happen then, like you were pushed from quite, because like when I did the Stars in Their Eyes video, after that I got contacted by somebody from Sony BMG and RCA Records because they were merged at the time. They were the same thing. And I got a development deal with like loads of songwriters. I was going back and forth to London and I was recording all these things and they were like telling me I needed to be prettier and telling me I needed to be skinnier, and at the time I was like a size 6.
What?
How old are you there? It was like
15. Yeah.
That's a way to traumatize someone.
Yeah. And then they were like, oh, we need you to have a direction, like what kind of music that you're gonna do. And I was like, but I'm 15, like I don't know what kind of music I want to do. And then they were like throwing me into all these different studios with all these different producers and making me sing like pop songs, and then someone made me sing an R&B song, and then someone making me sing something else, and I was like, and they were all crap. It all sounded shit anyway because it was like proper, like radio, pop, like commercial stuff. But yeah, I always think to myself like, oh, I wonder what would have happened, because at the time the woman that was overseeing me, she got made redundant, so all of the people that she was working with just got dropped. And I always think to myself, I wonder if like what would have happened. Like I wonder if I would have ended up to be like, I don't know,
the new
a gangster rapper.
Yeah.
Or that, yeah.
Or Morgan
but then
Freeman.
I also think maybe I actually am Morgan Freeman. Again, he's that good an actor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't know any of that though. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I also think, right, if I'd ever actually made it, I'd probably be dead by now.
Yeah. Drugs.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I've always been really sensitive. So whenever someone says something bad about me, if I've deserved it, fair enough. But if someone says something bad about me and I'm like, but I didn't do that, or I don't know. Like I remember, I've still got some really horrible comments on my Stars in Their Eyes video. Like somebody saying I sound like I'm screeching. Somebody told me I look like Celine Dion, and I couldn't tell if that was a compliment or not. Yeah, I was like, I'm 15, she's like 80, but I'm not very thick-skinned, so I think if something had actually happened for me, I would have absolutely become
wouldn't be
super
good for you.
mental. I would, my mental health isn't great at the best of times. Like, if I was famous as well, that would be awful.
There's a lot of people like that, but they're still famous. Like some kids like that, you know. I don't know. Sometimes you don't really know when to defend yourself or when not to. When there's no risk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like someone writing a shit comment. I get shit comments all the time. All my every YouTube video's got someone slating me for something or saying. Someone said the other day, "Just fucking talk. Stop with the stupid jokes. Just get to the point. I'm here to watch a video and I want you to teach me what I'm here for. Stop telling jokes." And there's other people saying, "Oh, I love the humor, man." It's like, well, what do you take from that? Like, you just gotta know when to defend yourself. But if I thought I needed to defend myself from everyone who said anything bad, it would occupy all my fucking brain space. That'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Like. It's hard to know. It's hard to know how to deal with it all. Like, and you don't know when you're a kid, do you? Especially that age. You've got no idea even how to defend yourself. So it always comes out to, "No, I fucking didn't."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, you just don't. I don't know. It's weird. I haven't always been the way that I am. I couldn't speak to people when I was that age. So I was like 12, 13 when I was playing guitar. 100% of my time was on the guitar. I couldn't speak to people. I couldn't have a conversation with someone I didn't know. It was always like nervous, laughing or smiling. Everyone thought it was really, really quiet unless you knew me. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, I think throwing in fucking fame on top of that, it's just an extra thing that you're not supposed to be able to deal with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like no one. It's not a natural thing, is it?
You're not a person yet. You're not a full person,
no, I know.
are you?
Yeah.
So
you gotta have experiences. That's right.
Yeah.
One of my students. Well, not one of my students. She came for lessons a couple of times during COVID with songwriting stuff. She's been signed to a big label, and it makes me think about that there because she was young when she got signed, and it was like, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing. I think she needs experience doing pub gigs. Getting slated, people stealing the mic off her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need that like you say, thick skin, because those comments are going to come at some point.
Yeah.
Whether it's from YouTube videos or like a review or anyone just kind of talking about it. You know, not everyone has the same opinions. You're not going to please everybody. But the thing is, you see what everyone thinks.
It's all open to interpretation, like, isn't it? In
Yeah.
a sense, like, yeah, subjective.
Especially when you read comments, you can read things differently depending on your frame of mind when you read it. Do you know what I mean? You could read the same sentence, feeling confident, feeling good, and thinking, that doesn't really mean anything to me. I can kind of just wash it off. Other times it'll really get to you, like.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be careful. Like, you gotta understand that, and like when you want to read them. But like the famous people, or the big names and stuff, they just don't read any comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just kind of shut off from it. But when you're a kid, it's like you can't avoid it, can you really?
Like you always look, you know, I was looking on my YouTube video for ages. I was like, oh, wonder if it's got more like views now and more likes. And obviously then you see all the comments and
yeah.
And I'm just not one of those. I'm not one of those people that can just brush things off.
It's good you
I
left it up,
focus.
Yeah. Because like, do you know, like you said about like closing down the
eBay.
Yeah. So like, at least you kept it up.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Progress.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe one day I'll make money off it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the kind of person as well that focuses on negative comments. Like 100 people could say something nice about me and one person will say something bad and I'll never forget that bad comment and I'll forget all of the other ones.
That's human though, because you keep telling yourself the shit ones anyway. We do it to ourselves anyway.
Yeah, it's like when somebody reinforces something that you think about yourself, it hurts more and it sticks with you.
Yeah, because like, I don't know, I hardly ever tell myself that whatever I just made was perfect. That was great. Well done. You're doing a really good job. I never tell myself that.
Yeah.
It's always, I could have done better with this one, or maybe next time I'll try and do this instead, or, you know, that's how I improve. I'm always critical about myself.
Yeah.
So when someone else is critical about it, it's like, I don't know. I brush off all the good stuff. If you give me a compliment, it's like, okay, yeah, nice one. But when it's bad, it's like, all right, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Humans are fucking weird. We're all flawed. We're all strange.
And like, you know, that video as well, like I watch it back now and I don't like playing it to people because I'm like, oh, that's a bit pitchy. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I could have done that better. When I was 15, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like hitting notes that are ridiculous that I couldn't do now.
Right.
But I look back and I'm like, oh, that was a bit ooh, I don't really like. So if someone says like, oh, that bit was a bit rubbish, I'm like, yeah, I know it was, wasn't it? Oh, they think the same thing I do.
Exactly.
Instead of me just being like, well, I was 15 and where the fuck were you when you were 15? Sort of thing, at least I tried, at least I did something.
Yeah, it's the thing. Like,
different glass half full.
Yeah.
Are we the first generation where our childhood could potentially be all online? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything, like the kids' YouTube channels and things. Like even the kids get slated, like on.
Oh
like,
God!
You look like Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I think we are the first ones to deal with all that shit.
Yeah.
And I got hundreds of videos online now. Felix was in some of the first ones. There's me singing and performing and stuff. Like I purposely haven't read any of those comments just in case it's a bad one, and I'm gonna fucking go off on one, like, because I would. It's different. It's different then. But
blow the belt then,
but yeah, but I just try to I just take myself away from that situation. But I can go a bit overboard with stuff. I had an argument with someone before, kind of passed in the street kind of thing. It got quite bad. Yeah, well, I parked somewhere down the road, and my car was blocked in super close with my two cars. So close that both sensors, each other was like beep, put in reverse, beep. Fuck, okay. It's a kind of a new car, so I walked into like a couple of shops to find out whose car it was. They sent me somewhere, went in there. It was like a hairdresser. So, girl, woman in the shop, shut up, says, whatever your name is, come and do you mind moving your car? This guy's got to go to work. It's like I had to get to it. I was teaching in school at the time.
Yeah.
And she shoved it back down. Just a couple of seconds. She shoved it back down. You can get out of there. And I said, I can't get out of there. Can you come move your car?
Like.
Yeah.
And it went on and on. I was there for 15, 20 minutes. They wouldn't let me go upstairs because she was waxing someone's minge up there. So I said, I was shouting up then. So like I started to lose my shit a little bit. But some woman come down, like huffing, puffing, fucking storming out, like fucking a little gypsy woman. And she said, "Oh, where's your?" I followed her out, thinking that it was her. It wasn't her. It was the woman whose car was upstairs. And she came out and said, "I don't know." She just walked out. "Give me keys. I'll move your car for you." I said, "What the fuck you want about? Just move your car, like."
Yeah.
And she started walking. "It's not my car." So I was in the middle of the street and I watched her walk across the road. She went into the other car, the other side of my car. I was like, well, it could have been either one of you. I don't give a fuck what it is, but just move your fucking car. She's being a fucking twat, like. And I was that fucking pissed off. I found out who she was, where she lived, where she worked. I found out all about her family, and I found out everything about her, like, because that was in my head. And I thought, right, I'm gonna sleep on this now. I'm not gonna fucking do anything drastic now. But I was fucking livid, like, just by the way they were treating me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I felt that fucking big, and so I thought, no one's done that.
Did you turn into, like, I've seen the film Taken?
It was exactly like Taken, yeah. I felt like that.
I know where you
using
live.
my fucking skills, like. It's so easy though. It's easy. It's an easy thing to find.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. And it's from one first name. Like someone called her the first name, and I found out everything else about it. Like, it's fucking stupid.
I wouldn't have done anything. Can go dark. Like, we can go dark.
Yeah, I know.
I often think, like, if there was somebody that could actually see my thoughts, I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
I'd have been in jail years ago.
Yeah, I think that.
It's just my brain goes to the worst places.
Yeah.
I think if someone cuts me off on the road, like if I'm driving happily along and then someone does something really dangerous, that puts my life at risk.
Yeah.
I just think, I want to kill all of your family.
Yeah.
And make you watch.
Road rage is that's my main thing, is road rage. I lose my shit all the time. I'm a different person, like.
I hate when people treat other people like they're less than. That really winds me up. There's people at my job as well that'll speak to you like shit because you're the grade below them, that winds me up. Or if somebody thinks they're more important than someone else, I'm just like, nah.
Well, that's what this thing was with me.
That's exactly it. Like, you're not as important because
I was late for work that day. I had to explain why I was late.
She's already in work.
Some gypsy bitch.
Wouldn't move a car for me. Like, it was a small thing. I didn't do jiu-jitsu at the time. I had no fucking outlet for that. So I thought, I'm gonna find where the fuck you live. I didn't know what to do with that information.
Yeah.
But it was like.
I love thinking about posting dog shit through people's letterboxes. Yeah.
But you know where my brain goes now, though? fucking DNA. They're like, you know,
Yeah.
if I've licked the envelope, they're gonna fucking find my.
Oh, I don't
Do you
so.
know
Or the ring doorbell.
I'm on the system. Like
One of my neighbours down by there's a friends that we got. They witnessed someone just dump fucking McDonald's out their car window,
right.
like not far from outside their house. But then they went on. They recognised the car, so they knew where the car was from. It walked around the corner, and they parked outside their house. So it's the equivalent of me like chucking rubbish out just down the end of the street. Do you know what I mean? So they knew where this guy lived. So they took his rubbish and just stuffed it through his letterbox.
Right.
And they didn't know what happened after that. I just stuffed it through his letterbox. Like
I love that.
Yeah. I
I'm
know.
too chicken to do stuff like that because I'm like, someone will see me on the doorbell or like their camera or
What annoys me is when people think they're doing nice things, but it's not actually doing me any good. You know, like I got my hands full with the baby in one hand. I got Felix on his scooter next to me. I'm carrying fucking shopping or whatever, and I'm standing in the next to the road to cross. I'm waiting for a safe time to cross, but like someone come in one way, stops. They say, "Go on, keep going." I start to walk. There's another car coming the other fucking way. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather you just go. I'd rather you just fucking just keep driving. I'll find my own space to go. You know? And then there's other people, like pedestrians. If I'm in the car driving, they expect me to stop.
Yeah.
And they just start walking like, it's like fucking, no, I'm in a fucking car.
Yeah.
I'm driving. You go wait to the safe. Like, just fucking.
You know, that's my life every day in the car when I
Yeah,
teach it.
yeah.
Because like I tell my students, at a junction, you either stop if it's a stop sign, or if it's give way, you slow down and almost stop. But if there's something coming, you give priority. And then someone will fucking flash them whilst they're on a bit of a hill. So as soon as they start to fucking go, they stall. I'm like, like giving them a thumbs up, and I say, "Oh, fucking 2 seconds." Like,
And everyone's held up. And then they regret flashing.
Yeah. And then they'll drive off then and stare you out. And you're like, you fucking should have done it in the first place.
I know. It doesn't help anyone. Don't let anyone out. Like, and this happened the other day, right? I was about to cross the road. There's a guy fucking dancing with his fingers on the wheel.
Yeah.
Have you seen those people who let people out like that?
yeah.
Steve's one of them, like Steve Carey.
Yeah.
You drive a van. I remember being in the van before, and like work boys, site boys.
Yeah.
And he let someone out by looking at him. It's going. That was it. It's like fucking, and then he goes, "What are you doing?" Like, he didn't fucking see you, Stonk. He's just fucking. But there was someone. I was waiting to cross the road, and there was a car doing it. I thought, I know he's not even fucking letting me out. Is he? He's kind of looking at me, just doing this.
Yeah.
I was like, I was in the car, sorry, like waiting to pull out. Thought I could think that he's letting me out, but I know. It's like in my head, I'm thinking the universe is trying to fucking trick me now. It's fucking not falling for it. Yeah. So I just waited. He was just dancing. He wasn't letting anyone out, like, just with little fingers on the thing. Fucking driving. Yeah, I don't think I could teach people how to drive.
It's
No, I couldn't do that.
It's great, like, but it has its moments. Like, I mean, it does have its moments. But again, it's more with other people. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm perfectly okay with like students stalling. It's fucking inevitable. Like, I mean, but when it could have been prevented, like, when it could have been prevented.
I don't like. I still can't do a hill start now, and I've been driving 17 years.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There is no help in me. There is no help
Lost
in me. I am
cause, like.
awful. And you know, if I stall, I just panic and then I forget how to drive.
Yeah. Everything goes out the window. Like,
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know what my name is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can't do that.
I just lose my shit. But it's healthy. It's healthy when I lose my shit in the car because it's just fucking. I have an outburst. If I keep it in, it's like. Whatever, fuck, it's like a fuse. Like, if someone barks at me, whatever, I fucking bark at them rather than, I'm doing them a favour really by screaming at someone on the road, just letting it out, and then back to normal end, back to fucking dancing like a normal self.
I seen
fucking nuts. Like,
I seen a video the other day of it's like it's this comedian on Instagram, like, so it's like walking versus driving, and he's just like walking, he's just like, sorry, you go first, you know that, and he's got. Fucking indicate, Jane. You fucking wanker, and all this.
I know.
And he's like, oh fuck, he's coming, lock the door.
Yeah, I remember
You're gonna buy me dinner first. He's so close, like he says stuff like that.
I remember when I first passed, like in Neath, a big roundabout Neath, coming back onto the main motorway thing.
Yeah.
I was just plodding along my little KA, and another car did, and like fucking cut me up. I just went like, fucking wanker, and I can see his hand looks going out back to me like.
That's
not
me.
making any friends.
I do that.
Yeah.
I like the other day I was driving up my road and somebody was coming around the corner on the wrong side of the road and in a massive white van and
Sight boys.
You are?
Sight boys.
Oh yeah, sight boys. And they came towards me, and I was just like, well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm on the right side of the road. Like, you're going to have to reverse. So I just stopped there and waited. And he was like, and then he like reversed. And then he shouted something out of his window at me.
Yeah.
So I went like that. Fuck you! Stuck my middle finger up at him, and then he stopped his van, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I just drove up the wrong road because I was like, I don't want him to know which street I live in. So I just like waited up that road for a while, and then I kind of like drove slowly down the road just to see if he'd gone, and then I pulled into my house.
Rumour has it he's still just looking for you. Like...
Do you know what? For the next few hours, I was like watching out the window to see if he was like searching for my car, because that's how petty I would be.
It could escalate, couldn't it?
Yeah.
But where does that end then? It takes someone to just think, oh no, if I have.
And I'm not that person. Like at the moment, I think I'm very.
Confrontational.
I am at the moment. Yeah, I think all my 34 years of not being confrontational is like, now it's coming out. Like
it's just confidence.
I'm speaking up for injustices all over the world.
Do you know you said about the posting this dog shit?
Yeah.
I've thought about that many times, but like my mind will be like, I'll have to do it in the night, but then I think, people got Ring cameras now.
Yeah.
So I'd have to wear my motorbike helmet. I'd have to stop like 3 streets away so they can't work out where I've come from. Because you've watched like movies where like CIA will like trace like cameras. And shit. Do you know what I mean?
As if it's that serious.
We live in different times now, really. You really got to think about shit. Like you can't. You've got to think before you act these days.
Yeah. One thing I do want to do to someone. I saw it somewhere. I can't remember what fucking Instagram or YouTube or whatever. Someone bought a photo frame from an old shop.
Right.
It had someone's photo in there, like an old woman photo kind of thing,
Yeah.
like someone else's family or something. And I think she brought it into her mother's house and just put it somewhere.
Right.
And the mother goes, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, she drives someone nuts. Like, put a different family photo. I'm gonna do it. That's one of my goals for this year. That is.
Yeah.
You got any goals this year? Well, I think we'll wrap up on some goals.
Not to have another mental breakdown, I think.
No.
Yeah, that's the big one.
When was the last one?
This time last year.
Was it really?
Yeah, massive one. I stayed off work for like 3 months. And all I did for 10 hours a day was watch Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't wasted time then.
It wasn't, no, because I watched all of the series. And now it makes me sad because I think back on that time. So I can't watch Taskmaster, but
I know.
Yeah.
Greg Davis. Oh,
Is it?
You like a bit of Greg?
Bloke,
he'd get it.
Yeah, like a bit of Greg.
Love a bit of Greg. Booked to see him in May next year on my own.
He's very unique.
Nice.
Yeah.
He looks unique. There's no one that looks like Greg Davis.
Except Rick Mail.
They did a show together.
Yeah.
My brother showed me clips of it before.
Yeah, he played his dad, didn't he?
Yeah. Do you see? Do you ever see him talking about when he shit himself in school?
Yes.
Wait, have you seen that?
Yeah.
When he's on the microphone.
And he's like, "Oh God, why?
Yeah, you
why?
fucking loser."
Was that when he was wearing his mum's knickers as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, there's just nothing unattractive about him. He's my kind of person.
Yeah.
I can't tell. He looks big. Is he big?
Yeah.
Is he
I'd
tall
say
and
he's
big?
definitely over
Yeah,
6 foot,
he's like 6'7" or 6'8" or
Is he?
something like that. Yeah.
A lot of celebrities and stuff. He's a celebrity, isn't he? But are tall, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So me, you never know. Do you like looking at them?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems tall though.
Yeah. What do you actually do then?
I'm a civil servant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's probably best I don't say where, because I
Okay.
did earlier on slag off my colleagues.
Right. Yeah. That's all good.
But yeah.
Yeah,
So
so we hadn't established. I hadn't asked. Like.
No, I know. We just chatted. Didn't we?
Yeah.
What is your goal for this year?
My goal for this year, get good at jiu-jitsu. Because
Yeah.
I've started that now with Scott.
I was going to say, do we do it together?
Yeah. I dragged him to me last week.
I've done 4 sessions now, so I'm gonna just keep plugging away at that because I'm really enjoying it, and hopefully have a baby. Well, at least get pregnant, because what month are we? June. So yes, I wouldn't be loving this year, but at least get one in the oven.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Also, it'd be a nice time as well to get pregnant in it, because winter's coming.
Baby in.
You don't want to have a pregnant fiance during the summer, because that is asking for an argument now.
100%.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
Being giant when you're sweating your tits off, I imagine is...
I don't think it matters really.
Was it difficult at the time?
No.
No?
They're equally difficult no matter what time of year.
Yeah. What's your goal for this year?
I don't really know really. Yeah, just leave a different family photo in someone's house. And just grow shit, I think. Like grow the pod.
Yeah.
Grow my online business and stuff. Get more weddings. Just generally just keep fucking going really.
Yeah.
Still be here next year.
Next week.
Next week.
Short-term plans.
Yeah. So
Cool.
nothing much really. The jiu-jitsu thing as well. That occupies most of my brain most of the time.
Good, positive
I
things.
can feel like I can end like doing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us. Happy birthday to Morgan Freeman.